Hey, it's Tim, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk, first time channel, welcome. On this channel you find interesting truck and SUV news, reviews, and stuff I do like this one. I have a 2020 Honda Ridgeline. This is a unibody construction truck, as sitting it's $43,000, about 26 mile per gallon averaging right now. The fuel economy is like 22, 24 for highway, 22 for combined. So this truck is one of those trucks that people like to hate on. It's actually really versatile, and in this video I'm going to tell you 5 overlooked features on this truck and talk to you about why those features are really impressive and why other truck manufacturers need to pay attention to these. So let's go get started on all that right now. Okay, like I said, I'm going to make this quick. This is the Honda Ridgeline. The front end, they tell me they're working on a new idea there. They're going to do some new design because that's one of the big criticisms people have. It just doesn't look that good of a truck. We'll come around the sides. I have 18-inch wheels here. Nice kind of chrome setup here as well. This is a 4-door. They only make a 4-door model. They don't make anything smaller. This is about a 5-foot bed back here. And then we have the tailgate wraps up. So this is what it looks like. That's what the new 2020 model looks like. In 2020, we have a new 9-speed transmission. We have new Honda safety sensing technologies are standard. And we have, there's one more thing. Think about it in a minute. I know what it was. I just showed you. The rear doors open bigger. That was the big thing. I guess in the other model years it was like this. So now these rear doors open bigger. So this is the interior. You can see I have this one seat up. This does go down. You have storage there. AC in the back. We have USBs. So pretty nice interior. Lots of plastic though. Lots of plastic everywhere you look at. One maybe a criticism you'd have is the amount of plastic. Inside the interior here, we have the steering wheel won't move. It's kind of locked in. But I have the controls here like you'd find. The safety features. I have the push button. This is going to be push button transmission, off-road mode, and I have some auto start stop. I have a infotainment screen which I can start up for you. And I have push button start here. Start that up. And my seat moves in, by the way. And then I have the infotainment screen here. I don't have any volume controls besides the button, which I find annoying. I want a little knob. And there's your interior. Now, I do have a little bit of space here for some storage. So on a console, a little storage bin there, some USBs. And I have the armrest that Honda's known for. You can sit any direction you want and play with it for hours. Finishing up here, we have the black kind of trim here. Again, plastic everywhere you look. Have a conversation mirror, which is kind of fun to have. And yeah, that is the interior of the Honda Ridgeline. So this truck is built in Alabama. It's designed in Ohio. Let me go ahead and get in the back, rear back, the bed. I start telling you about my 5 unique features of this truck. Okay, one of the coolest features has got to be this tailgate. I don't know why more truck manufacturers don't do this. This tailgate drops down like so, right? Typical tailgate opens and it goes up. And you can open it here and it comes open like this. Voila, so you have access to the bed. Another cool feature back here is you can see this lip here. Piece of plastic kind of lip here. It's got some distance here. It's not the typical lip. So let me open this up a different way, and let me show you why this is important. So, when I open up like this, we can see there's a gap here, and it's a pretty nice gap. Now, the reason why this gap's important is if you have gravel or you have mulch in the bed, typically what happens is the mulch and rock always gets right in the gap between the tailgate and the bed, and so when you go to close that tailgate, you struggle with that. You have a lot of rock in there. You're trying to rock it around to, well, no pun intended, to get all the rocks out so you can close the tailgate. Honda engineers left an intentional gap there so that when you close the tailgate, you have a gap. All that rock and that kind of sand, that'll fall out. It won't get stuck in here so bad as it would I got to feel it again, as it would in the traditional tailgate. So you have some advantages there. You know, you can get it a good spot here, you can get it out, and as you lift, you can see that expands. And so you don't have that same problem that other people have had as well. Okay, there's another feature back here which is pretty cool. Let me close the tailgate here and talk about this one. This is one that I actually forgot about because I don't own this truck. I'm only testing it for the week. And that came in pretty handy. Went camping this weekend. And so we end up using this big storage bin. So this is a big storage bin back here. Now we used it as a cooler. We can see some water's left over. I'll go ahead and drain that out, right? Nice and simple. And so what we did was we put our food in here with ice on top of it and used it as a cooler. Now you can use the storage bin. The gentleman with Honda, Kerry McClure, who's the chief engineer, tells me golf clubs fit in here too, but it's kind of dirty, and I like to keep my golf clubs kind of clean. So not trying that one, but he tells me I can fit it in there. I can see where it would fit probably along the edges here. This is probably the length of a driver along in there. This is kind of nice too because the tire comes out, so you can have the spare tire pretty easily as well. But this is it's a non-insulated cooler, although it does have weather stripping. That kind of keeps or not weather stripping, but it's got just a little bit of hard weather stripping that keeps the elements from getting in there, and it keeps it pretty clean in there, except when you're like me and camping and parked below a tree. So that's got a problem to it. But you know, if you're going to tailgate with this, you have a really good storage bin in here. And I noticed that the ice melted. I had like 4 bags of ice, 100-degree temperatures, lasted about a day. But you could put a cooler inside this cooler here, ice in it, have double insulation basically. That's how that works. So a pretty handy feature back here. Really overlooked, something that doesn't really impact the vehicle at all as far as off-road capability. So if you come down here, we can see there's a bin there, but it doesn't really go down much further. You know, it's not a huge issue. It doesn't hang down too far, so you're probably not going to hit it too much off-roading or on dirt, climbing hills. It's not going to be that big of an issue. So it's a pretty handy feature. I wish more manufacturers would think about this kind of stuff. Maybe this is an option for them. Maybe they can offer this as an optional upgrade or something for those customers that, while they want to tailgate a lot, be at the beach, things like that. This is working pretty well. Okay, another cool feature of this truck that's most overlooked is going to be right here, and I'm going to kind of point to it. It's going to be hard to see because this plastic's covered up, but it's going to be right in here. And I'll put a picture on the screen of the kind of a diagram of the truck. You can see the construction of it. What that is that's a piece of steel that goes across. It goes from here to there and back, hooks in the side of the bed, and also goes in the back, and it helps protect this because this unibody construction, you have a lot of weight that happens to be right in here. So a lot of the weight strain, put stuff in the bed wants to go like this, people in the vehicle want to go like this, and so this is kind of your fulcrum point of where, you know, the truck would break. But with that piece of steel reinforcing that, they were able to get rid of that buttress from the first generation that had a big piece of plastic came down. It was not a great look to it. But the other benefit of this is it's a very unique safety feature. So we don't do that test for this in the United States. They tell me it's a European test. They actually put bricks and rocks in the back of this bed. They do a crash. They crash the truck. And they see how much those bricks go through this wall and into the cabin, kind of go through the seats and the driver's seats. They were telling me that they did some crashing with their competition. It wasn't good. But with their truck, because there's a piece of steel back there, no bricks in your lap while you're driving. Yeah, that's important. Really important. So when you crash, you don't want a brick on your head. This truck will stop that from happening. Another cool feature, and it's kind of building on the fact I just talked to you about the unibody, right? So typical trucks are a cab and bed are separate, and that allows the bed to twist when it's off-roading or loaded down and not put the strain on the cab. That's the reason why we have a body-on-frame construction versus a unibody construction. Now, Honda got some good engineering on this, and they decided to build a frame on this truck. So this truck actually has a frame, which is kind of surprising. Unibody trucks and unibody SUVs don't have frames. In this case, we do. I'll put a picture on the screen. You can see it. You'll see it's kind of a Y-shaped. It starts from underneath the engine. It kind of goes back. It goes underneath it, integrates into the body of the cab, and you can see it around the backside comes out for the frame. And so that frame is pretty cool. It's a really good engineering trick they were able to figure out to still put a frame on this. So you get some of the rigidity and strength of the frame, even though you have a unibody, and it keeps that unibody from splitting. Like I said, with gear in the back, passenger in the front, it helps reinforce that so you don't have a splitting problem. And then being unibody, you get the additional ride comfort that unibody vehicles are known for. Now this, as you can see, it has no solid rear axle. So maybe a better spot over here. See, independent rear suspension. So we have independent rear suspension, independent front suspension, unibody construction, but we do have the frame. So we have strength, ride comfort, and we're not worried about it snapping with the unibody construction. So It's a pretty interesting thought there. I know the new Chevy Tahoe is now going to independent rear suspension as well. A lot of people are doing it because ride quality has become so important in the last couple of years. One of the best features of the Honda Ridgeline is its ride quality. So this is on paved road, and it's pretty smooth. It's just rides like a car, which is what you'd expect from this unibody construction. And even though, like I said, it does have the frame and things, it doesn't cause any problems when you're riding. It doesn't take away from the ride comfort at all. And when you happen to get out in the country a little bit and you hit some dirt roads, like right about here, yeah, did you notice that? That's the thing. You didn't notice that. Though I'm on dirt roads with washboards and all sorts of stuff, and I'm not slowing down. Don't need to. Ride quality is that good, especially off-road and on-road. And yes, I get it. I'm not rock crawling. But the majority of customers that I know that buy this is their version of off-roading, is hitting the dirt. So there you go. There's my thoughts on the 2020 Honda Ridgeline, the top 5 unique features. For more, check out this video over here. It's a good time. Also check out the website down below. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you down the road.